What is up, guys? I hope all you guys are having a fantastic day. So, this video is a live video, but I'm gonna use it more of so I could upload it afterwards as a video because my iPhone doesn't have enough storage, which sucks. But, so, it's been 2 months ever since I uploaded on this channel, Dream Chasers United. And if you've been following me, my journey, I started posting videos literally a year ago, which was about January 28th, I believe. 2017 was the first time I ever uploaded a video. And that moment, I was like, you know what? I've had this, I've always had this thing of wanting to upload videos on YouTube since 2009, but I never took the risk. It wasn't even a risk, I just never went for it. And I went for it. And if you followed me ever since, you know that I've been through so many injuries. 3 months out, came back. Then another month out, came back. Then another 3 weeks, came back. Then that foot was all healed, but then it was my right foot. And then I got injured. And then I came back and I was playing great. And that's the time when I didn't upload. And during that time, I was just understanding what the formula was to make it big or to just do great in the field, because you're always thinking, what do I need to do to play at like the highest form I could play at? Do I need to like visualize the day early, or do I need to listen to music before the game? And it just all these things, trying to like understand how to play the right way. And that day I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna have fun, because during that whole year has just been so many injuries. So I was like always out and always thinking, why hasn't things worked out for me? Why haven't I gone pro? Or you know. And I realized that when I was a kid, when I was about 12, or whenever I was younger and I was killing it, I was playing against adults when I was 12 and I was running through them. I was like, how was I supposed to? How was I able to do that as a kid? And through many years, I was able to do amazing things that I look back, I'm like, I'm not Messi, but I was like, man, I really had it like that. Like I was special, but I just was never able to hold that rhythm and keep going when I was like above 15 years old. So you may ask, what happened? What happened, Cisco? What happened that just that thing didn't roll on? And I was just not living in the moment. I was always thinking about, I need to train tomorrow and I need to do this. Like my life revolved around soccer so much, like too much, where if I was being invited to like go out with my parents to eat, I was like, nah, I can't because I gotta go train tomorrow. Like in my mind, like it was like I was thinking ahead too much. I was not living in the moment, nor was I living in the future, nor was I living in the past. I was living nothing. I was lost. And that day, like I said, I just said, you know what? And many other things, just completely. I just didn't feel myself. I lost myself. That day, I just said, you know what? I'm just gonna have fun. When I get the, I'm not even gonna look back and think like 20 steps ahead, like, oh, I'm gonna pass it to him and this and that. I'm just gonna play in the moment. Whatever comes, I'll just take it as it is. And that moment was when I was coming back from my right foot injury. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna play 60 minutes. So it was around the 30th minute of the first half, and I was warming up. It was cold, and I played the best 20 minutes of my life. I think, like, again, I played the best 20 minutes of my life again, because I was just living the moment and having fun. I told a friend before I went in, he was on another team on the other side of the field. He was playing, and he told me, "Oh, you ready? You about to go in and do your thing?" I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm just gonna have fun." And he's like, "Oh, I know what that means." And I was like, "What do you think that means?" And he's like, "Oh, you're gonna go in there and just run through everybody, like Just go hard and compete. And I was like, I looked at him and I was like, nah, bro. I'm honestly just gonna go in there and have fun. And that's what I did, guys. I played center attacking mid for the first time in so long. I playmaker, which I am, but I was so scared about it because I just didn't know how to play it. But that day was my first time playing playmaker, and man, it was 20 minutes of beauty. I assisted a goal, and I was right about to. I was 1-on-1 against a defender, and I faked him one way, kind of like the Messi stuff, because I love fainting. Running full speed, he was running to the ball. It was a 50-50, and I don't go at it at 50-50s because I'm a small guy. I don't want to. So what I did is before I got to the ball, I faked one way, but when I wanted to go the other way, my knee twisted, and it was a pain that I've never felt before, and I was just on the ground screaming and like it was the worst. It was the best day in my life, but the worst day in my life. 20 minutes of pure soccer. I was in the moment for the first time in so long. I finally found myself, and that happened. Many things ran through my head, like, why, God? Like, this whole year you've done this to me. Like, why? Like, why do I deserve this? Like, if you've been following me, 2017 is so hard for me. Like, I literally played like 3 full matches that whole year, and it was like, I was just like sad, because this is all I want. This is this is my life, and this is the thing that I love the most. And I knew that this was different because it just didn't feel right. This injury was different, and it was hard because I've never been injured like this, and so many things ran through my head, and I just couldn't understand how I played the best 20 minutes of my life, and this had happened. It was so many things that went through my head, and it was the lowest point of my life. Cause I know if you're following me, you're a soccer player, and if you love the game as much as I do, where it's in your heart, it's not in your mind. Now it's in your heart, and you take that away from me. What am I? Like, who am I? I'm nothing. And yeah, just everybody was like, "Did it pop? Did it pop?" And I was just like, "What? What do you mean?" Like, people were telling me, "Did it pop? Did you hear a pop?" And I was like, "Yeah, I guess, yeah." And they're like, "Oh man, you tore your ACL probably." And just this, everybody on the outside just telling me that man, you tore your ACL and you're probably gonna be out for like a year. And just right from that moment, like everything, the whole world was coming at me. Like maybe they didn't mean to, but it was like you're telling me that I'm not gonna play again the same, and that I'm gonna be out for a year and this and that I'm gonna take surgery. I'm like, nah, no way. And then I went to the doctors, and then they're like, oh, you'll be fine, and then you gotta go take an MRI and whatever. And I never really loved the doctors. I That's a place I never would like to go because I feel like maybe they think they're doing the right thing. They probably are doing the right thing, but there's more truth to life. There's levels, and I feel like doctors are they're not the full truth, and it's just a way to keep you down mentally. And I went to the orthopedic. I mean, I got an MRI, and then it came out that I have torn my ACL. A lot of my meniscus was gone, and my LCL was injured, and my MCL or something like that was injured, and a lot of things were wrong. But in my mind, I was like, no, like I know something bad happened, but there's no way I tore my ACL. I just didn't want to accept it. And for a month, I just did my own thing. I went to the gym. I kind of like threw off the doctors, and then I went to see a physical therapist, and he said, you know what, you need to do these exercises, and then you'll be okay. And they were giving me some little ass exercises, and then they told me come back in 2 weeks. And the exercises they gave me, I was able to run through them in 3 days, and I was able to fully function. So then I just started bicycling, and then after that I started doing some steps, and I just felt like, dude, this is so easy to me. Like then I started running, like I was on a good, like I was everything was coming great, I was in the gym, and after my gym session, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna shoot some hoops. Not gonna run, nothing bad, because I was seeing progress, and I shot some. I was shooting basketball with my cousin. I was going to the hoop and laying up some shots. I was feeling great, I was like, I'm not injured. And then I was like, you know what? On my cousin, I was like, let's play one on one. I was just testing myself to see how far I could go. And then yeah, I was playing him, and then I did a fake, and then I went to the left, and I was on the ground again. The same exact pain that I felt when I was in playing soccer. When that happened, was the same pain I felt when I was playing basketball. So there I go back to square one, um, accepting that I'm injured. So I did that, and now I went to the doctor, asked him if I could do an MRI again, because what I did is I went to go see a massager. In our culture we call them hueseros, bone setters, whatever. What they do is they massage, and yeah, I saw him, and he just massaged it, and that's actually today, and he told me, you'll be great. Like, don't listen to the doctors. And it's like I'm stuck between both worlds, where I feel like he's doing the right thing. He's like putting everything back in place, because all he said was my tendons were so tight and like were out of place, that he's been massaging them. I'll see him again, and he'll put them back in place. But my parents and just everything on the outside is telling me, no, you needed to go to the doctor because you tore your ACL. Like, what the hell? You tore it, bro. Like, it says it on the MRI, Like, how do you go against that? Like, that's where my mind is at, that's my war right now. That's my battle, where should I listen to the MRI, the thing that took a picture of you, or that says you tore it? Or should I listen to my heart, which says, no, you didn't tear it, Francisco. Maybe it's out of place or whatever. Which I went with this guy, which like a lot of people told me, no, don't do it. You're going to get fucked up. But I did it out of my heart. But if it would have been someone, I believe, that wasn't in the right place in their mind, they would have done the surgery right away. Like, actually, this was last Sunday, I saw a girl that tore her ACL, and hers got purple, though. Hers got purple and swollen. Like, mine wasn't bad. So that's where I was like, it just doesn't add up. And she said, yeah, they tore some of my hamstring and put it on my ACL. And it's like, dude, like, I, it's just so sketchy to me. Like, I can't accept that fully, because that's not how my mind works. And like I said, mentally, if I wasn't in the right place, I would have done that surgery, and I would have been going through that whole process. Maybe it was the right way, who knows? But in my heart, it's not the right way. The right way is to just find this other solution. And through that injury was the injury that got me back to Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, God. And I feel like everything happens for a reason, and I connected my heart finally. I was able to find my heart, my soul. Something that I lost when I was about 17 or 18, because that's the time when everybody's telling you you need to graduate, you need to go to college, and you need to do this and that. And if you don't do this, your future's going to be messed up. Like, what are you thinking about your life? Why are you doing that? You're going to fail. And just the whole world came at me, and I allowed myself to slowly drift away to being someone who I wanted to make people pleased, but I was losing myself, and I lost myself for many, many years. And I believe that 2017 was a hard year, but through that, it got me back to my mind, to understanding my mind. But then ultimately, with that injury, it got me back to my heart, to finding God, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And ever since, my life has changed. Through reading the Bible, through understanding who Jesus was, I live in the moment. I'm going back to being a kid again. So if you're watching this, don't ever be an adult. Don't ever grow up. Always stay a child. Stay pure. Stay yourself. You know what you want. The answers are not far. The answers are close to you. They're in your heart. They're in your soul. They're with Him, with God when you speak to Him. You know it's there. Don't go out of there. That's the worst mistake I could have ever made. Because at 17, I knew what I wanted was soccer. Imagine if I would have went with my heart 100%. But the thing was, my heart wasn't strong enough. My mind wasn't strong enough. So that's why the world was able to change me, and I became part of the zombies. And I was part of everything that they wanted me to be. And now it's like, my mind is right. My heart is right. There's nothing that could stop me through God, Jesus Christ. I will never fall again, and I'm still going to take the MRI again, even though I don't want to, because my parents are egging me to do it. I really don't want to, because I just feel like they're just going to give me bad news, that's their job. But I'm going to go with this massage guy, and he said in 3 days to go see him again, and from there I could play again slowly. So, you know, there's two choices. Or either I go to the doctor's side, and for a whole year, I I get surgery, which is something I don't want to do. Surgery, rehab, whatever, do all that, and then in a year and a couple months, I'll be back to play. But I might not even play the same, because this girl that tore her ACL said I'm not able to play the same, and like my hamstring is not full. They took this to put it there, which doesn't do the job of an ACL. So it's like, dude, it just doesn't make sense for me to do that. A lot of people are so lost that they'll just go for it because they don't know who they are. But me, I know it's crazy. It might sound crazy. Like, dude, like, why aren't you doing it? You're crazy. But nah, I'm not crazy anymore. I'm done being crazy in my mind. I'm done accepting what they say, what everybody in the outside world says. So if you guys could get something out of this, is, yeah, your mind, if you can master the mind, you can play the game, okay? You can play the game, you can outsmart it sometimes, whatever. But you're always going to be chasing the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. And you're never going to live in the moment. And you're always going to feel like you're almost there, but you're never there. So what do I have to tell you? Find God. For me, it was through Jesus Christ. I read the Bible, and every night I read some prayers. Every night I I meditate a little bit, and then after I calm my mind, I talk to Him in my soul. And after that, I take it every day by day, just those struggles, because then I don't have to think about, oh, tomorrow, and then, oh, the past. I let go of the past, and I live in the moment. And that way, if there's problems today, I'll solve them tonight. I'll be like, you know what, I messed up here. This, I won't happen again. And that's how it works. And now I'm able to see things that I wasn't able to see because I was so lost. I was always with my eyes down and with my earbuds and just so lost. And now I could see people in the eyes, and like, you could see right away where they're at with just looking them at the eyes. You could see if they're lost, and just so many things, guys. And this is what Jesus Christ and the Lord and God has done for me, is they've woken me up, really. They've made me go back to being a kid. And man, I just want to touch the ball so bad. It's been 2.5 months, and I just thank the Lord for everything that He has done for me. And I know that great things are coming. And just to finish up, you know, I don't know what I'm gonna do next. I'm going with my heart, so I'm gonna go see this guy again and take it from there. And the MRI, I'll take it, but then from there I'll make my own choice, I guess, and I'll just test out my leg and see if like things are actually working, and if it works, then you know what, the Lord has done a great, great miracle for me, and this is just a testimony of His power. And don't look at Him like a someone that's controlling you. Look at it like He'll look at it as. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, just finishing it up. Um, so couple things to take away from all of this is this: if you're stuck like I was, where you went out of your way, you lost yourself, and whatever, shit happens, and you're trying to like understand life. You're like, oh, I'm just figuring life out. If you're just trying to figure life out, and you're just in your mind, you'll never truly really figure life out. You can understand how the game works, then you might be like, oh, I'm gonna play the game, but you're just gonna be stuck in there, in the game, the matrix, whatever you want to call it, life. You're just gonna be stuck in life, lost. You're gonna let people tell you what to do. You're gonna accept things. And the best thing to do, what I've learned from this whole 2017, is that you have to go back to being yourself, your kid, a kid. Find that inner child in you. And there's so many things that I've learned through the Bible, through Jesus Christ, through just talking to myself, to God at night, just my soul. So do that. Find God, all right? Jesus Christ and the Bible was the way I found Him and I understood Him, because maybe as a 16-year-old it might be hard to understand the words, because if you're young and you don't understand some words, and the Bible is a place where you're like, what the hell? Like, you're lost. Like, I understand, okay? You might not be able to understand it, and you might not even be able to grasp some of the things it's trying to say. But for instance, I'm just gonna give you a parable, a little thing it talks about. So Jesus Christ was at a table with four other men, and one of them is like, you know what, God, I mean Jesus Christ, I'm always going to church, I'm always doing good things, I'm always helping people out. Do I have a high place in your kingdom of God? Do I have a high place there because I'm such a good person? And he said, he grabbed the child, grabbed him, and put him next to him, and he said, these right here have the highest place in my kingdom. So think about that. What does that mean? What does it mean that kids have a higher place in the kingdom of God? Why? Huh? Everybody's telling you to grow up. But how is it that Jesus Christ, God, grabbed the child to these adults and said, these have the highest place in my kingdom? How is it that the kids are more valuable than adults? Think about it. I could give you I could really give you the answer to this, but I want you to think about it. I'm gonna throw some jabs so if you're lost and you don't understand, you might know. Cause maybe you're lost and you're like, no, I need to grow up, I need to do this. Listen, when you were a child, you didn't think too much about the world outside. You played soccer and you loved it, and you were amazing at it because you loved it, and you were so pure, so you didn't have evil thoughts. You didn't think, oh, he's black, oh, he's yellow, oh, he's red, oh, he's from over there, or oh, he's from that. Just love, unconditional love. That's one thing, unconditional love. And everything you did was from the heart, and you spoke from the heart. You were so pure, you didn't have evil in you. and you knew what you wanted. You wanted to be a soccer player. It was all in there. It was all in your heart. And then the world slowly starts to change you. But that's because you lose God, you lose yourself. So if you're a young kid watching this stream, or if you're 16, 17, bro, go back. Bro, I'm telling you, this is my testimony to you. Go back. Go back. Be a kid. Of course you gotta work. Of course you gotta do this. Of course you gotta do that. But find yourself in your heart, and the answers will come to you. I swear, man. I put it on everything I love, on Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, man. And you might be tripping. Like, maybe some people are like, dude, this kid's crazy. But I went to Europe. I was there for 3 months. I was in the Netherlands, man. Take it from me that I was out there. I was deep in that game. I was close to making it. I was so close to making it, quote unquote, making it. And if I were to make it, I was gonna be lost. I was not gonna be enjoying it because it felt like I was working for something, and I was like never in the moment. So be a kid, guys. Be a child. Find God, and if you can, read the Bible and try to understand it. Read just a whole little, I don't know, paragraph, and read it again and again and analyze it. Because these kind of things will help you, and to not lose yourself, and to know who you are. So when the world tells you, oh, you got to do this and you got to do that, even though it's your parents, even though it's the doctors, you'll be like, no, my heart says no. I'm going to think about it. I'm going to let it go through my mind. I'm going to analyze it. Nah, it's not good enough, whatever. All right, it's good enough. I'll put it in my heart. My heart will say yes or no, and that's it. And if it says no, boom. If it says yes, you'll go with it. But now, since you're lost, you're thinking with your mind, so everything's coming to your mind, and you're just accepting it. You're letting them make who you are. But when you empty your mind, you meditate. You clear all those, everything, all that clutter, all that words from everybody. That monkey mind, as they say, is just blah, 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 blah. It's never nonstop. But when you clear it, you meditate. Learn to breathe in and out. You might, right now, it might be like, what the hell is he talking about? Just try it. Slow down, guys. Slow down. Live in the moment. And there's so much things I love to tell you guys, because now I'm able to see the light. I am the light. I'm in such a beautiful place. And this is the last little hurdle. Should I take the, yeah, that's what they said. I tore my ACL. Should I accept that, or should I do it with my heart? And I'm going with my heart. I'm going with the massagers. But even then, I feel like I have to go back, take the MRI, and show them, here I am. I didn't tear my damn MRI. I didn't tear my ACL. I'm gonna, you know what, matter of fact, 90% of my heart believes it, that I'm okay. There's that 10% that doesn't believe that I'm not okay because of the world. And I'm just being honest, and God knows this. So what? Just so you can see the power of God, the power of you, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to do it my way, where I'm going to go with the massages, the Wasero. He's going to do his thing. And then we're going to take the MRI. And you guys will see the power of God. Of course, there's that 10% in me that says, bro, you're crazy. They just told you you tore your ACL. Don't be stupid. You tore it. The technology took a picture of it and it says you tore your ACL, bro. Don't be stupid. But my heart says no, bro. Like, you're okay. So I'm going with my heart. I'm going to take the MRI. Even though I don't want to, because I feel like it's always bad news. I feel like the doctors are always bad news, but I'm going to be a testimony to God, a testimony to you guys, that the outside world is just trying to, maybe it's not trying to change you. Maybe they're doing it out of love, but it's not the best truth. The truth, the honest 100% truth is in your heart, guys. So find yourself, find God. I just can't look at things in a negative way, and I just can't go down without a fight with my heart, because I know my heart is right. And I'm done. I'm tired of accepting what my parents have told me. I'm tired of everything. Now I'm gonna say no a lot more, even if it's to the closest people I love. You can't please them and not please yourself, guys. So if you're young and watching this, turn back. Turn back around and go back to being a kid. And if you haven't watched this full video, when it when I end it, I'm gonna upload it so you guys could watch this whole thing and understand where my mind was. So you can see how lost I was in my mind in this world, and then I was able to understand the whole game, the whole thing, and then finally, slowly but surely, every night until now, at night, when I go to sleep, guess where I sleep? I sleep here in my heart. So I'm happy. Of course, there's always that little stuff in my mind that's like, dude, you're crazy, this and that. But I'm going with my heart, guys. And I'm sorry for not uploading in 2 months, but if you watch this whole stream, you'll know why. And just go back, guys. Go back to being a kid. Find God. Read the Bible. There's a Bible app. And if you have more questions, if you truly want to understand Jesus, do it. Because Chance the Rapper, Messi, Neymar, many great people that are doing amazing things, they praise Jesus Christ, our Lord God, for a reason. And why are they doing so well? The answers are with Jesus Christ and God. And don't think about it like, oh, he's going to change me, or don't think about him as you think what the world tells you to think about him. The world is telling you many things about him that, oh, religion is weird and this. Okay, religion, okay, I understand. Religion is different. The Bible is the book of life of Jesus. That and understanding who Jesus was will let you understand who you are, who your soul is, who your heart is. And nothing can stop you when you're there. That's why Messi never grew up. Why do you see him in Inter be so humble? Because he's still a kid, guys. He never let go of Jesus. And when I was 17, I let go of him slowly through many things. There's a lot of things I don't want to talk to about right now because that's when I lost myself. Maybe in the next video, I will give you guys that part of my life, the other part of my life that you don't know, and why I went away from him, from God. And when I went away from God and Jesus Christ, that's when everything was lost. My soccer, I lost myself. I was trying too hard, working so hard. I was always a hard worker, but never got things done. And when I was a kid, I was just loving it, enjoying it. And I was so amazing. So don't lose yourself. Don't lose God. I love you guys. Love yourself. Don't let the world change you. Let things slide in your mind. Process them. Okay. Connect them to your heart, and that's the final truth. And if you're not able to connect your heart, find yourself. Pray at night. Meditate. Work towards that. I'll upload again whenever I feel like it. And yeah, I'm gonna see the doctors again. And you'll see my testimony and the power of God. And I love you guys, and I'm sorry that I didn't read the comments, but I just wanted to free flow this. And like I said, if you haven't watched the full video, watch it later once it's processed. And I love you guys. Thank you for everything. We're gonna do this. Thank you guys. Love you guys. Take care.